As we start. Who else is on the phone?
I don't even know.
I know, there's so many people.
Joe is.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Steve. I heard you, Tammy.
And I heard James earlier. Is James still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right, we're ready to start. Meeting's called to order. Let's do the prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Amy? Father, we just thank you so much for all you do here in the town. We ask you for continued protection for the town residents here with the COVID-19 situation, all the first responders, be with them. We thank you so much for all they've done for us during this time. We just ask for special protection for the kids who are at home, but and all the families that have been stuck at home for over a month, and just ask you, Lord, to help them to have patience and forgiveness. Be with us tonight in our decisions, Lord, in Jesus' name, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, Amy.
Tammy Stample,
Here.
Joe Scott,
Here.
Adam Jones,
Here.
Tom Roberts,
Here.
Steve Brogan.
Here.
All right, good. Can you guys hear us okay?
You're kind of soft.
Kind of soft.
Turn it that way.
Oops.
Whoops.
Are you there now? Can you hear me?
It's worse.
It's worse.
Turn the volume up.
It says it, because
One of the headset caused it.
Turn the volume up, maybe. Should we put the headset back on it?
It's the headset gets muted as soon as you go to speaker.
Okay. Are we doing that? You did.
Oh,
Are we doing departmental reports?
wait a minute. You guys have the agendas?
I have Park and Rec agenda.
Okay.
Oh,
I have agendas, sorry.
Departmental reports. Can you hear me, Steve? Can anybody hear me on the phone? I am talking. Can anybody?
I got this one.
Okay,
I can't hear anything. Just all of this is noise in the background.
All right, so can everybody mute themselves on the call unless you have something to say? Just go ahead and mute your phone, and that should help out quite a bit. Because I hear someone's TV in the background.
I couldn't hear that, Adam.
All right, I'm going to dial it back in. But if you guys can mute yourself during the call, unless you have something to say, that will also help out with the background noise. But I'll be right back on.
Welcome to Ring Central Conferencing. Please enter your access code followed by the pound. This menu will repeat.
For anybody watching on YouTube, just treat this as a commercial.
Conferencing. Please enter your access code. Access code accepted. There are 4 other participants in this conference. Please announce yourself.
Okay, we're back.
can you hear any better? Oh, you're muted. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear that a lot better.
Okay, good. All right, departmental reports. How about James, since you're sitting there, how about you? Everything okay? Anything going on?
I'm here, I'm good. I'm just gonna mute myself until it's time for me to talk.
Well, it's time. Go ahead and talk.
Okay, you guys ready for the police business
Sure, go ahead.
now? Okay, we have Officer Daphne, which is one of our
resigning his position. He will be staying on as a reserve, but he's going to start looking elsewhere because he's only part-time. And he's going to look at some opportunities in a different field. So he has sent his resume to him, which I've sent to Tom and Amy and also Adam. I don't know if they've shared that yet, but we have a candidate, Adam Curtis. He is employed right now with the Dunkirk Police Department. And I'm asking that we go ahead and June 1st start him in the other part-time position.
All right. Can we get a, and this is just a replacement position, right, James?
Yes, this is just replacing Officer Dabney with Officer Curtis.
Right. Can I get a motion to do so?
I'll make a motion that we accept James' proposal to replace a part-time officer with another part-time officer.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Tammy second. Adam was the original, Amy.
Adam and Tammy.
Okay, discussion. Same starting salary, James? Same salary?
Yes, same salary as what Officer Dabney has.
Yeah, okay. I'm good.
Hey, James, I did have a question. There won't be any overlap, will there?
No, Dabney will leave on a Friday, and Adam will start the following Monday, so there will be no overlap.
Okay, and then one other quick question. Is this someone you know, or is he come recommended?
I know him. I've known him for years. He's probably been on the county reserves for approximately around 10 years. He just graduated from the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, so we don't have to worry about sending him to the academy. And right now he's employed with Dunkirk. He had been reserved with us until he went full-time with Dunkirk, but with the position that we have open, he loves the community, and he said any opening that we had, he would love to come back and work with me in Delville. And he has a good opportunity now, and he's excited about coming back to Delville.
Well, that sounds great. Sounds like a great situation. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and vote. Amy, can you do roll call?
Tammy Stample?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Steve Brogan?
Yes.
Joe Scott?
Yeah.
Tom Roberts?
Yes. All right, anything else, James?
No, that's all I have for today. Amy, are you still keeping everything, so we can turn it into FEMA on receipts and stuff, during this, COVID-19?
Yes, as long as everybody's marking it, we're trying to keep track of it, yes.
Okay, we're keeping everything, that we have. Over the next 2 days, I'm going to be doing a, webinar with FEMA on, how to fill out some of the paperwork and everything. And, I'll be working with Jason Rogers. That's all I've got right now. So thank you guys for, allowing, Adam Curtis to be a part of our department.
Thank you. All right, sanitation, Joe.
We did get the porta potties installed. And I am guessing that we suspended the, barn garden pickup. That was my understanding, is all we did.
Yes, we have actually got a new date for the large item pickup. It will be June 11th. So that's a Thursday, and then the dumpsters will come and be placed that Friday, June 12th, and be there through the 14th.
All right,
Oh my goodness.
and that's all I have.
Okay. Water, I really have nothing new. Anybody have any questions? Okay, streets, Tammy.
Like, we're doing pretty good. As you know, that they are beginning to pave the streets in Delville, and Brad is really ecstatic with what their production has been. And I think they're doing pretty good. I know that he's been working on projects like mowing and things like that, so I think everything's good on our end.
All right, good. Anybody have any questions? Okay, P and Z. Who wants to do that? Is it, can you handle that, Adam, or
What's that?
P and Z? What's happening?
Yeah, so, at the last planning and zoning meeting, we, approved the, I guess, the initial request, the zoning, not zoning, plot,
The plotting or
the
the?
plot subdivision, there we go. I could not come up with the word. The plot subdivision request. I believe that has to come back for a second vote or a second request. And, they also let us know that they're going to be making an additional request, of the BZA to, allow for a higher, than currently allowed sign, as their next request. And that's primarily, basically like everyone else has done. They want a sign high enough that can be seen from the interstate, both directions. So, I think things are moving along well there.
So they have to have a second go around in the P and Z?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so the preliminary approval of the primary plat was approved Monday. So now they have to get secondary approval, which is basically the final step. They can start doing work and whatnot now, but the secondary approval is the final step in the actual plat subdivision process. And then once they get secondary approval, they can then record the plat with the recorder's office and make it totally official. So they'll get a new personal ID and address, all that stuff. So it's a convoluted process.
Yeah.
But,
So we don't have anything to act on for that tonight?
nope.
Okay.
Nope, you're good.
All right, anything else?
Not a BZ.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump back now to, I forgot the April board minutes. We need to approve those. Can I get a motion to approve them?
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
We need to approve the board minutes from April. Can I get a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the board minutes of April.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Steve, second it. Any changes, anything like that? We all good? All right, Amy, do roll call, please.
Tammy Stample,
Yeah.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Steve Brogan,
Yeah.
Joe Scott,
Yeah,
and Tom Roberts.
Yes.
Adam has the bank rec.
Okay, Adam has a bank rec from March that he'll review and sign off on. You did February, so, well, you're the only one here, so you can stick with it.
Then, yeah, everything looked good.
You guys are all welcome to come up and review it as well, during the week,
They're here, I have them.
yeah. Next month, we're gonna be all here unless things change. Did everybody hear me?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so, claim docket.
Wait,
But-
yeah, claim docket, along with the claim docket, I also sent everyone,
The employee distribution, yeah. So can I get a motion on the claim docket?
I'll make a motion to accept the claim docket.
Okay, so Joe Scott made the motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second. This is Tammy.
Okay. Any discussion? Any questions? All right. Amy, can we do a roll call?
Tammy Stample,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Steve Brogan,
Yeah.
Joe Scott,
Yeah,
and Tom Roberts.
Yes. All right, and then everybody got in their email the employee distribution detail. And is there any questions about that? Adam and I will go ahead and sign it. And then if you guys get up here, you can sign as well, or else you can wait till next month. and
We'll
sign
have
it.
everything at the next meeting, so when we finally get everybody.
No
That does
questions?
not, we don't need a motion for that.
No motion for that. All right, now we're gonna go to new business. Everybody with me? We'll go, the first item is COVID screening for the clerk's office. Amy had someone come in and give her an estimate on the, doing an extra measure to protect the office and everybody in there, so I'll let her talk about it.
I believe I sent everyone the quote for it. If you go to what Ed Carroll did at the county building, he's got pictures on his Facebook page. That's basically the same company and they're doing the same thing. There will be panels from the ceiling to the counter. They will be attached to the counter and we will have a small pass-through window for bills. Trying to do it as inexpensively as possible, but it still costs money.
And how much, is $2,100?
$2,100, right around that.
And this is gonna be there until we,
It's gonna be there
This is
forever.
permanent.
It's not, yeah, it's
Right.
gonna be attached to the counter. It's a permanent barrier.
and it looks really nice.
It looks
It's
professional, so.
So can I get a motion?
Tom, this is Tammy. I'll make a motion to install the COVID protection in
Okay.
the clerk's office.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Adam seconded. Any discussion? All right, Amy?
Tammy Sample,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Steve Brogan,
Yes.
Joe Scott,
Yes.
and Tom Roberts.
Yes. All right. So now, the next item is park opening. There was discussion by the park board this afternoon about the options on the park board. Now, Amy's on the park board, so I'm gonna make her present that as well, what the ideas were.
So the park can open according to the state guidelines on May 24th. It's supposed to be opened at a 50% capacity. So there was discussions on how we can monitor that. Still not sure how we're going to do that.
We're just gonna make,
Yeah, there's been ideas of bracelets or whatever, but we're going to have to monitor it. But basically, this park's going to open with COVID restrictions followed on May 24th.
the splash pad itself is considered a, yes,
Tom, this is Steve.
yes.
I had a hard time hearing Amy. It wasn't very clear. It's not Amy's fault. It's just the mic's not picking up real well. So
Okay, the
if you
park,
have Amy say that again.
well, the splash pad and the parks are gonna open. And the splash pad, by the way, is considered a playground for this purpose. So the playgrounds are gonna open on May 24th, as prescribed by the governor, at 50% capacity. And so we're going to, right now, the park board has recommended to the town board that they're going to get signs that will instruct people of the necessary precautions. We're gonna do the best we can to limit capacity to 50%. And let me think. Oh, also, they have asked the concession stand people to give them in writing what they're doing as precautionary measures. And so we're going, by May 24th. So that, they will do that. What else is there?
Okay, where was that information coming from? I couldn't understand that. I'm sorry.
That information, the park board or the COVID-19 state guidelines
Governor,
from CDC, from the governor.
we're at what is it, stage 3 is May 24th?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stage 3 playgrounds are opening on
On
May
May
24th. And so we're opening our playground.
And I believe you sent that to everybody.
I did send, yeah, I sent it, yeah, the COVID response recommendations, I sent to everybody.
Right, saw that. I just couldn't hear what was said there.
Okay. All right, so,
Are they, Don, this is Joe,
yes,
do we have an hospital set for that? Do we have any idea on what half capacity would be?
we're,
On the fire department, there was only, occupancy loads for indoor places.
right.
We would figure what the occupancy is out there.
So Joe, I don't know if you can hear me very well or not, but what we did was we went by the square footage of the park itself, or most of the park, and then going by what some of the other major retailers have done on the number of people they allow per square foot. Essentially what we did was we went with about 3/4 of that, and then that number we reduced by 50%. So we are well under 50% capacity. If at, say, 350 people, we are well under what would be considered capacity for the available space at the park.
And that's including the splash pad and the grassy area and all of it, correct?
That's the, yes, but that does not include, there's a significant portion that does not include as well, such as the the larger playground, a portion of the trail, the dog park. So when we figure our overall capacity and that 350 person number is well under 50% when you consider the available square footage of the recreational area.
Right. Like I said, I know from being on the fire department, if that was an enclosed building, you would take the square footage and divide it by 7, and it would give you the occupant load. So I just wondering if that's how they did that.
That's just about it.
And the way, I think the way Adam calculated, we got 88,000 square feet.
Yeah, so we could
So
have.
We can have a lot more.
11,857 people would be the capacity of the recreational area. And so we're at 350.
Okay. I was just wondering how they got to that, so that explains it. Thank you.
But we're trying to take all the measures that we can think of to keep it safe. However, we're going to make sure that, if the parents bring their kids, they've got to take some responsibility as well. So,
And we're going to have signage.
yeah, we're going to have proper signage up and promote social distancing as best we can. And we're going to clean. And so I think we've covered as best we can for an area like that. Anybody have any other questions?
I'm just gonna make a comment. I like the way the occupant load was calculated. It's very conservative. I think we're doing great. I appreciate that, Adam. Appreciate that thought.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, we're going to move on then.
No,
Oh, wait.
one more thing for the park board.
Okay.
The park board also discussed our, the shelter house rental, and we just want to make everybody aware that we rent the shelter house out in 2 different sessions, so we are now going to be very much aware of between the rental sessions, the entire shelter house will be disinfected between parties coming in.
But are you going to give some time between the two then?
Yeah, we're gonna figure that in,
Mhm.
so.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew. So if you're asked that question, we are taking steps to do that. So,
Also, I know they had discussion about potentially trying to have a couple concerts in August, maybe potentially, and maybe some movie nights as we get into August and September. So, but they're going to discuss that more next month. So we'll move on to I want Adam to talk a little bit about the cameras. Not just the ones we want, the selling of cameras, but what you did.
Yeah, so, we have been having some trouble, as everyone knows, with the existing, video surveillance system that was put into place. So what we did some research, also worked with the police department on some recommendations that they had. And we came up with a system that we could put in ourselves and does not have, monthly recurring fees, monitoring fees. And there's substantial room for growth in the system itself. So it's something, like I said, it's one-time cost, no recurring fees, and it's simple enough that anyone can operate it and maintain it. And I invite you guys to come in and take a look and see. We now have significantly better coverage of the grounds here and the water plant. And we are running at 50% capacity of the system. So we can do additional coverage, say, other sections of the park. And we can also do Shellebarger Park at a later time. It's a very advanced system, very high quality video images, and it's able to be shared with police departments and can be viewed not only locally, but remotely as well.
The pictures, if you haven't been up here, you need to get up here. The pictures are fantastic. They are so detailed, so crisp, so clear. So Adam did a fabulous job with it, with this whole thing, and with did Brad and who all helped you?
Brad, Tommy, and Dan.
Dan all helped.
We wanted to make sure that we had this in play so that we could open up the park and have proper security there. And they worked for about a day and a half in making sure this happened. So if they're watching, or if not, it was very much a team effort, and I greatly appreciate what they did.
Now you want to talk a little bit? I don't know who put the selling of town cameras on here,
Yeah.
but we do have some cameras that maybe we can do something with.
Yeah, so what we're going to research in a way to help reduce the cost of the new system is finding out if we can sell the old system and basically go from there. So any piece or part that we can sell of the old system reduces the cost of the new system.
You can try and sell it just by advertising for bids, or you can actually put it on like eBay or.
So we don't have to do anything special. We can just put it out on eBay.
I
Okay.
mean, you have to, the town council has to technically.
Well, I mean, yeah, if the
Yeah.
town council approves selling it, to put it out on eBay or,
Yeah.
So do we want a motion tonight to seek
If you
the,
want, do you know what it's worth?
well, we know what we bought it for.
I would say that it's gonna be substantially less than that.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I don't even know how to come up with a price to start with.
I would say that what we should do is we should get on eBay and any of those other public sites, put in the model numbers, find out what's there, and make a determination if we want to mess with it at all or
I think
proceed.
that's wise, do a little background for you.
who wants to do that?
It shouldn't be too hard.
I think the one who's the expert on electronic matters.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay. Now, should we get a motion to pursue this, the selling of this? Is that necessary?
You know, this is what I don't think really required necessarily,
Okay,
unless
wait a
you're gonna
minute.
actually sell them.
Well, could we do the motion, could you do the motion to pursue it and sell it? If it opportunity, I mean, I don't know, trying
So
to.
the one thing I would recommend is we should not sell the server that came with it. Video archival server. I think we can repurpose that for an archive system for the police body cameras. And the cameras themselves have no town information on them whatsoever. There's no local storage. But the server would be a nightmare trying to get all that cleared off and out of like 12 drives.
Honestly, I think that would arguably be considered a public record anyways, so. I mean, they're just secure, I mean, they're not even like, hidden security cameras, they're just filming. But it's a town.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so I can see that being something you want to avoid as well.
All right, so.
I don't know what all software is on there. And
Oh, yeah.
what capabilities it had of network monitoring or anything like, I don't know. It just seems like a bad idea.
I would agree.
Okay,
I agree.
so all we're looking at selling is the cameras themselves.
Yes.
So we'll just wait until later we'll just move forward with it. And we actually set a price and all that.
Yeah, why don't you give me a month to take a look
Yeah.
and come up with a rough idea of
Sounds good.
what we can get.
Okay, all right. All right, last item I got is the park manager / street employee / utility employee position. That was a position that Tommy held when he was hired a couple years ago, and has been vacant since Tommy took the utility position. So I just wanted to toss this around. It is time where it becomes a load for the Brad and Tommy, who are doing full-time jobs in utility and street, to also handle the park. And yeah, we have Dan as a part-time person, but at some point, we're gonna need to consider whether we need that third full-time position, which really helps out a lot. So anybody have thoughts about this? Anybody want to make a motion that we post this position just to kind of move forward and see what we got? I'm sure that Dan is interested in it. And he's a very good employee.
Let me say this. Especially the people on, the other members who haven't been able to be here in person or haven't been able to be up at town hall because of the restrictions. They're I think they're getting hit with this without having time to really think about it and dive into maybe some of their questions. Can we have an executive session or some kind of session where the board can meet, we can discuss the who, what, where, when, and why to answer maybe some of the questions that people haven't had a chance to think about yet?
For what?
For this position.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to interview anybody? Or have some
We haven't.
potential candidates come in?
We haven't officially posted it yet,
Oh,
because that's the idea, is to see whether we want to again.
yeah, so you're just basically coming up with the hiring criteria essentially?
Well, the hiring criteria we have.
Okay.
So we had it with the old position. It's actually a position that's out there that we already have,
Yeah,
that we just haven't hired.
so then really what are you gonna be assessing in the executive session?
Whether we want to continue with pursuing another full-time position.
I don't think that would really be enough to fall into the executive session, exceptions, but if you're gonna hire, if you're gonna actually talk to potential candidates, that's a little different.
I'll tell you what, why don't we just give everybody, you guys understand what we're trying to do here, and maybe we'll just talk about it next month. We've got some time here. And does everybody feel more comfortable with that? I can tell you the salary, at least Tommy's at that time, I think it was right around 30. It might have been 31. And I know for a fact,
The other thing to come up with would be the difference in salary between right now where we have two full-times and part-time to 3 full-time. So there's going to be a difference in salary between that part-time person and then a person who would be full-time because you wouldn't have a part-time person any longer, correct?
right, we would not have part-time.
So we wouldn't be making a decision on a $30,000 a year,
Right.
$40,000 a year position. It would be on a $10,000 or
He
$15,000 difference.
He works basically 30 hours of the 40 hours.
Right.
So he's 3/4.
Right. Yeah, so painfully close already to the definition.
The
of full-time.
the difference is benefits,
Mhm.
additional benefits and retirement that we'd be paying. So 14% on the retirement side
And
and
probably how we pay the position, deciding what buckets they come out of,
right.
Yeah.
how it's distributed.
I think we could use the month to,
Absorb
Yeah.
what we're talking about here. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I just had one question, just for clarification. I think I heard what Adam was saying is that we've got a guy right now that's at 30 hours a week, his name's Dan. We'd like to move him to 40 hours a week, full-time, because we have a full-time position or have a full-time position before. We would then we would not replace the part-time position that Dan is in now. Is that correct? Is that?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. That's a no-brainer for me.
Okay.
Not much discussion with that for me.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. I feel comfortable with it as well, but I don't know about,
I'd
maybe
be
just,
willing to make a motion.
okay.
To post the position, is that what we?
Yeah, you go ahead and make a motion, Steve.
I make a motion that we move Dan to full-time and that his position not be, part-time position not be refilled. And do that immediately.
How we need to make salary, so keep that in mind.
It's actually probably in the salary ordinance,
Okay,
I have to check it.
you're good.
but
Yeah.
Is there still questions? Is there still time to answer questions?
well, let's get a second first.
And then, yeah.
Joe will second.
Okay, all right, yeah, now we got questions and discussion. Tammy,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
now you can ask your question or discuss it.
I just was concerned, like, if you have like a park manager / garage person / utility person, how do we decide what his duties are gonna be, or their duties?
Yeah, this is,
And
this,
is it gonna be automatically, is it okay for us to automatically give him that position, or do we have to post it?
okay. First, let me answer your question. When we had Tommy hired him for this, it worked perfectly this way. From May until the end of September, he was a park employee. He took over the, what would be now the Walters Park and ran that probably 90%. And then after that, he's a street employee during the winter when they're snow plowing and things, and then the off season. And basically he splits his time in the rest of the year, 6 months, on being a water / street, depending on who needs who. So he would be working for Brad and or for Tommy during the other 6 months. And it worked really well when Tommy was done. Now, the other one, I think that what we should do is actually post the position. I think we should vote to pursue the hiring of this position at this time. Is that okay, Steve? Steve?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can you amend your motion to posting the position at this time?
Okay, that's right, sure. I will amend my, motion to post the position for park manager / street employee / utility employee position full-time. And we can, leave it at that.
Okay, all right. So can I get a second for that again, Joe, or? Anybody? Yeah, Joe the second. Okay, any other discussion?
I just didn't know if we had to post it, or if it just because he's had that position, is it okay just to do it? I don't know.
I can't remember which employee.
I think it's safer just to post it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah. So we can post it and then, everybody knows Dan's a tremendous employee. So if he applies and wants to become full-time, then we'll look at him very strongly, I would think.
Okay.
I do think, so you'd be.
Yeah, I think that, from a human resource standpoint, I think that's a wise decision, because you never know. You don't want to do an automatic, especially if there may be some performance issues with the person that might be the next one up, so to speak. So it's best to post it, let it go through the process, and then move forward. In this case, probably the 99% chance that it's going to be Dan, but let's do the process.
Right, okay. That makes sense to me. Wait,
Is it
just
going
a
to hire a part-time park person?
We are going to hire two, I would call them high school type, part-time students that will work at the park, at the splash pad and that in the park area. They only work from May 20, basically the week before May 24th or May 24th until the end of the park season.
Usually that's evenings.
But we have to have, we have to continue that because those are people that, because Dan, if Dan gets it, let's say, he still can only work 40 hours a week, right? So
So the part-time people.
the part-time people cover when we aren't.
When the parks are, like evenings and weekends.
But that doesn't take, doesn't take into account what Dan's position is now. He's more of a part-time, basically he helps Tommy and Brad and whatever they do. So you ready for the vote? We good? Amy, roll call.
Where, I would like to know before you do that, where would you like it posted? We
I
can
just
post it on
posted-
Facebook and I can post it on the front door.
That's good enough.
That's generally all we really have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys.
That's
Whatever
fine.
policy, maybe put
Because it costs an arm and a leg to put it in
No, I
the
don't-
newspaper.
advertise the paper.
No.
Don't do that, it's a waste of money, yeah.
Okay.
Amy, it might be good to have a posting in the town office too, or where somebody might come to the town.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the front door.
Front door.
Front door of the town hall
And
and,
Facebook.
and Facebook. We'll put it on our town Facebook.
You put it on the town website.
Sounds good.
And the town website.
No newspapers.
Just what, website, Facebook.
Newspapers will cost you arm and a leg.
That's
Right.
outrageous.
So we're gonna do the website, Facebook, and front door.
Great.
And we're going to give it let's say a 2-week period. Okay? All right, let's vote.
Tammy Stample,
Yeah.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Steve Brogan,
Yes.
Joe Scott,
Yes.
and Tom Roberts.
Yes. All right, anybody have anything else? I'll take that as a no. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Can I get a second? Someone hung up.
I'll make a second.
I'll second.
All right, Joe seconded. All right, okay, so. Amy, do roll call.
Tammy Stample,
Yes, ma'am.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Steve Brogan,
Yes.
Joe Scott,
Yes.
and Tom Roberts.
Yes, all right, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next month live and
In person.
in person.
Good.
All right. Thank you all.
That is.
I know,